I'm here to talk to you this morning about sand. Something that we as Australians know really quite well. We know quite a lot about sand because we love going to the beach. And as Australians, sand is kind of in our culture. So here's something that I wanted to share with you today about what I experienced that left me quite in awe one day when I was just at our local beach in Hillary's, and I was sitting on the beach just looking at the waves and breathing in that nice air and holding the sand like this. And so what I was thinking about, and this is a scripture that always comes to mind when I'm at the beach now, is Psalm 139 verse 17 and 18. It says, "How precious are your thoughts towards me, O God! How vast the number of them! Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. And when I wake up, I'm still with you." So that scripture to me is just a really beautiful promise of what God has done and what God has said. And it really shows the heart and the nature of God, of who He is. That He is always with us. It says in the scripture that when I wake up, I'm still with you. So that means that He's never without us. There's never a time that we, are without God. He has never forsaken us, nor will He ever forsake us. As that says in scripture, that's His beautiful promise. And He is always looking after us. He is always thinking of us. He thinks about us so much more than the amount of sand on the beach, on the shore. And that is just absolutely innumerable and immeasurable. And that got me to thinking that, all the amount of sand on the shore, it's such a huge amount. And just on this one beach, there's thousands and millions upon millions of grains of sand. And I was thinking that these grains of sand on the beach, they're like people. You see, it's like this vast sea of people. All of these grains of sand, I'm just one of these grains of sand. And like you're one grain of sand. And every single one of us is one grain of sand. Out of all of the billions of people that have ever existed and from the beginning of creation, and all of the billions of people that are alive right now, there's billions of them. So it's like we're all grains of sand, and I'm one grain of sand. And what really struck me as absolutely awesome and incredible is that even though I'm just one grain of sand, we have a personal God who knows absolutely everything about us. He knows everything about me. He knows my name. He knows how many hairs I've got on my head. He's not a distant God. He's created the universe. He's created everything. And He's created each and every single one of us uniquely and beautifully in His image for His glory. And He's got a unique purpose and a plan for each and every single one of us. So even though we are as vast as the amount of sand on the beach, and there's just like one of me, one grain of sand, but to God, I'm not just one grain of sand. God will look down, and even though people might see us that way, especially from a distance, from far away, people don't know us, but God knows us intimately. And it's just absolutely incredible, And what I thought is, like, when you take this grain of sand, this bunch of sand, and you look at it, there's nothing that really separates one grain of sand from the rest. So when you're looking from a distance, you have a real risk of running, not being able to see things for what they really are, not being able to see things and what's hidden within that, what treasure, what talents lie within every single one. But God has made us all uniquely, and He cares so much about every single one of us. And it's amazing that He is personal and relatable, and we get to know Him and be in relationship with Him. So this awesome thing is that every single grain of sand is actually unique. And when you look at it like this, it all looks the same. But something amazing happens when you magnify. So I want to show you what happens when you magnify sand. Have you ever had a look at what sand looks like when it's magnified? This is what sand looks like when it's magnified. Every single grain of sand is beautiful and unique. And that's just like God sees every single one of us. He doesn't see us as grains of sand. He doesn't just look down and see us as a mass of people, but He sees us as, individuals. He knows us by name. He knows you're David and you're Paul and you're Michael and you're Johanna. He knows every single one of us. And He's got a unique purpose and a unique plan. And just blew my mind. And yeah, I think it's awesome.